Are you looking for the best deals on quality used trucks and cars?
Great news, Chillicothe Truck has what you're looking for.
Choose from a wide selection of makes and models. All vehicles undergo a detailed multi-point inspection and extensive reconditioning before hitting the lot. Our friendly team offers a no-pressure sales experience, ensuring you find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs. Plus, you can customize your ride with our extensive range of truck accessories, from bed covers to lift kits. Stop by 173 Rennick Avenue in Chillicothe or call us today at 740-773-8782 to get started right now.
Kimberly. Tons of practice. One chop away from a black belt. 7 of the best sidekicks. And 5 years since her cancer diagnosis at Ohio Health.
At North Fork Animal Clinic, we're more than your pet's health care. We're your neighbors. We combine top-quality veterinary care with the availability you can count on, keeping tails wagging and pets thriving. And as proud supporters of youth sports in Southern Ohio, we're committed to helping our whole community grow strong. North Fork Animal Clinic, caring for pets, supporting our community.
Richard. Countless nights in the garage. 8 shiny new pistons. 1 very happy 16-year-old granddaughter. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at Ohio Health.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com.
At Chillicothe Comfort Heating and Air, your comfort is our priority year-round.
Whether it's blazing hot or freezing cold, we've got your back with fast, reliable service you can trust.
Locally owned, honest, and done right the first time.
We have financing options available for every budget, as well as 60 months, 0% interest.
Call us today and feel the difference that comfort makes.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie & Son Trucking. Willie & Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie & Son Trucking each week at SOSAOhio.com.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place. And 3 years since he and his team at Ohio Health left cancer in the dust.
Rathkamp Financial is a comprehensive financial services firm committed to helping our clients improve their long-term financial success. Our customized programs seek to grow, protect, and conserve our clients' wealth by delivering personalized service and expertise. Please call us at 740-775-1040 to schedule a consultation. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member, FINRA SIPC.
Experience the hometown Chevrolet difference. Check out our huge selection of Silverado trucks, Equinox SUVs, and the latest Chevy models. Priced to move and ready to hit the road today. Plus, with the Hometown Advantage, you get free oil changes for life and a 10-year, 150,000-mile limited powertrain warranty at no extra cost. That's real value and real peace of mind. Your Hometown Chevrolet is proud to be your trusted local dealer of new and pre-owned inventory, delivering unbeatable deals and top-notch service. Visit us today at 501 West Emmett Avenue in Waverly, or start shopping online at yourhometownchevy.com.
For 175 years, the Glockner name has stood for trust. Today, that promise continues. Every time your family turns the key. Generations have trusted us for one reason. We never stopped caring. From preschool drop-offs to road trips, you leave our service center knowing your family is in the safest hands possible. 175 years of social proof that this isn't just service. It's a promise from our family to yours.
Have you experienced simply brilliant fiber internet? Yeah, that's Glow Fiber. Lightning-fast internet that keeps up with your busy life. A reliable fiber-to-the-home network whether you're working, learning, playing, or streaming. And best of all, Glow Fiber has real local support from real people who are happy to talk to you. And switch now for your first month free. Faster, more reliable fiber internet with real local support. Glow Fiber. Simply brilliant.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders. Crispy, juicy, tendery, tendies. Ooh, that's fun to say. Tendies, tendies, tendies. And they're so good, maybe we should change our... For tendies you're gonna know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
I'm Tyler. And I'm James. We want to thank you for continuing to make the Root Sports and Fitness Center your headquarters for youth sports in Southern Ohio.
Swinging a line into left field. Pates will walk it off. That one base is loaded in 2. Pitch. It is low, and this one dripped the pitch. Skied into center field, hit pretty well. Major back to the track, to the wall. It is gone. SOSA's The Dugout is Chillicothe's premier indoor baseball and softball training facility designed to serve local baseball and softball players of all ages. The Dugout is equipped with our fully featured hit tracks, the next-gen data capture and simulation system providing athletes with real-time feedback with the capability of playing in any of the 30 Major League Baseball stadiums. The Dugout has a 70-foot by 12-foot batting and pitching cage, and every user has access to baseball and softball pitching machines, plyo wall and arm strength bands, pitching mounds and softball mats, multiple tees and hitting nets. Wall-to-wall AstroTurf, 285-inch TVs and Bluetooth speakers make the Dugout the place to be for all of our area baseball and softball players, no matter the age. Train year-round, improve your performance, and further develop your skills in a fun and competitive environment at SOSA's The Dugout. Located in the heart of downtown Chillicothe at 185 East Main Street. Visit our website at sosadugout.com to reserve a time today.
Welcome back into the Convocation Center here at Ohio University. Myself, Kenneth Hay, alongside Shane Combs, we're bringing you a Division IV district final between the 2-seed Unioto Shermans and 3-seed Washington Blue Lions.
Yeah, really exciting matchup. This should be a really good one. Unioto coming in, playing really well late in the season against some pretty good competition, starting to find a little bit more consistency on the offensive end. Obviously, when they do that, the way they guard, they're going to be successful. But I'll tell you, this will be a challenge tonight because this Washington Blue Lions team, led by the outstanding talent of Noah Haythcock, they can present a lot of matchup problems, and that'll be interesting to see the chess match back and forth to see how the teams match up.
Yeah, as you said, starting with the guests on the scoreboard, the Washington Blue Lions wearing their blue jerseys, 13-9 overall this season. Had a matchup scheduled with Unioto. They got canceled due to the weather, due to the crazy amount of weather we had this season. And in their last matchup, a 59-56 win over Megs here at the Convo. And I was really impressed by both Noah Haythcock and Justin Everhart, as well as a lot of the others for Washington Courthouse.
Well, that's certainly the duo that kind of draws the attention and gets it going. You know, what it is with Haythcock, Kenneth, his versatility makes it tough to match up with him because he can come out and play that point forward. They'll use a lot of high ball screen with him, put a lot of pressure on bigs. Well, then if you go small with a little bit more ball pressure against him, he can drag you down low, back to the basket, and they can play off of him there. As you mentioned, what helps space the floor, this Everhart kid, number 2, Justin Everhart, he's probably, gosh, I don't know, if not the best, certainly in the top 3 or 4, probably in our entire coverage area, of the ability just to pure shoot the 3. So what that does is it spaces the floor for Haithcock, and then they surround him with a bunch of really good athletes in terms of Osborne and Heath and Baker and Hughes and Pfeiffer, and I'm sure I'm missing someone. Jackson Everhart played really well the other night. Pfeiffer. So they just surround a lot of athletes. They'll play really hard. But you're right. Those two certainly is where it starts when you're trying to figure out what you're going to do with the blue lines.
Yeah, and as you say, with the versatility with Haithcock, the first-team All-FAC and first-team All-District 14 selection, we noticed when they put the big on him against Meigs, he would draw him out. He knocked down multiple threes in that game. And then, as you said, they switched the Buechler onto him, and he just found a way to still score even through the tight defense that Meigs was providing onto him.
Yeah, he really did, and he kind of showed the whole arsenal that night. They started in a lot of those double high ball screens, and you can really kind of pick and choose the matchups if teams are going to switch that. Unioto has a lot of versatility on the defensive end. It'll be interesting to see how they decide to match up with him. But what happens sometimes, Ken, if you get in the middle on him, and what I mean by that is you can get burnt both ways, because keep in mind, this young man also leads the FAC in assists. He goes up around 4.5, 5 a game. So sometimes you try to trick it up a little bit, and you might still give up 15 points to him, and he may also get 8 assists. You see what I'm saying? So, like, sometimes you really got to be careful and commit to your game plan and try to execute it.
In their last matchup, we saw them do something interesting. Coach Bartriff had the sophomore Jackson Hughes starting and just switching it up with the size matchup that Meigs presented. What would you like to see tonight out of Courthouse?
Honestly, just that versatility. However you start the game, throughout 32 minutes, they're all going to play a factor. But you're right. There's 8, 9, even 10 kids maybe that Courthouse might turn to. And listen, this is championship time. When your number's called from your coach, if you're playing 2 minutes or 32 minutes, you got to go in and know what coach wants from you, and you got to execute. But Coach Bartriff has a lot of different weapons he can go to in terms of his role players.
Courthouse moving to 10-9 overall at the Convo. They'll look for their first district title since 2002, and then switching over to the Unioto Shermans, led by Coach Matt Combs, and a 40-7 overall record since moving to Unioto last season. And what are you looking forward from them tonight? Well,
I think for Unioto, they always have to remember who they are and why they're here, and that starts on the defensive end. I mean, like, yes, you got to score the basketball and you got to find rhythm, but some nights you don't shoot it well. Some nights you do. Some nights you have matchups that you can exploit. But the one non-negotiable with Unioto has to be on the defensive end. They only give up around 39, 40 points a game. And that's what's been their calling card. So they hang their hat on that. So that's where it'll all start. And from that point, when they share the ball and they start to space, they've really started to find a little bit of an increase in tempo, if I'm being honest. And that's kind of helped them on the offensive end start to play out in secondary break and out in space a little bit more, led by their outstanding point guard in Blake Fitch.
Yeah, and as you said on the defensive end, we saw them go against a really versatile Logan Elm team that likes to pull you out, and whether it be in their 2-3 zone or subbing in David Long or Braden Harsha and just shutting them down on ball and through the zone. It was really an impressive performance defensively from the Unioto.
Yeah, it was. And listen, what happens with Unioto, even though they go 8 or 9 deep, they usually don't get a ton of offense off the bench, but they do add to that defensive versatility. You mentioned the leadership, and the senior David Long comes in, does a really good job. He can guard multiple positions on the court. Being a senior, has good physicality. Braden Harsha, just a freshman. He's a terrific defender. I can't imagine him not playing a major role in this in segments tonight, guarding Haithcock.
On to Harsha. 5 points in that last matchup. You would have thought he scored 15. His impact was so huge on that game.
That's well said on your part, because, again, the bench, especially since the unfortunate injury to Caden Patterson, who would give him some shooting off the bench, Unioto does not get a lot of points off the bench. Usually Long will maybe get you a bucket, or Harsha certainly can. Laying off, or the freshman can shoot a little bit. Aiden Cox has been getting some minutes since Patterson was forced out of the rotation with the injury. But again, when they go to the bench, they're looking to not let up on the defensive end, and then they're hoping that their starting five, led by that backcourt, Fitch, Welch, Coy, Zickafoos, those guys with Mitchell in the middle, that they can take care of the offensive part of it.
Yeah, Blake Fitch, two-time SVC Player of the Year and first-team All-District selection this season. I think a play that really encapsulates his season so far is they got a turnover on defense. He gets out in the break, draws two defenders, and throws an excellent bounce pass down to Jackson Zickafoos for the lay-in. And just that gravity is really what shows you why he's the top of the scouting report every night.
Yeah, no question. He's one of those guys that if you really enjoy basketball, you have to come out and watch him in person or sit back on your couch and turn on SOSA, of course. You got to watch him play. The stat sheet doesn't always tell the whole story because he just has such a feel for the game at the point guard position. He obviously can score. He's been up over, 1,200 points in his career, but he can also share it, over 400. He's an outstanding defender. Don't be surprised if you see him on Haycock a little bit tonight. He can guard a lot of different types of players, and he can make those around him better. And I think Welch and Coy would be the first to tell you that when they play on the court with Blake Fitch, it makes life easier on them.
Yeah, Welch and Coy, two all-SVC selections that have really provided so much offense and defense this year for the Shermans that I've been really impressed with. But in our last matchup on a night where those two didn't score a lot of points, number 24, the senior, Jackson Zickafoos, really stepped up, had 15 in that contest.
Yeah, Zickafoos is a young man that when it comes to basketball, when it comes to football and baseball, he's been on a lot of good teams throughout his athletic career. And he's one of those guys that when the moment gets the biggest, he kind of starts to smile and have the most fun. You know what I mean? Like, he's not afraid of the moment at all. So when he comes out on a stage like this, he's going to bring a lot of energy. He's going to play really hard on the defensive end. And you're right, when he gets it going with confidence on the offensive end, that's a nice lift to Unioto in terms of trying to give them a little bit more in terms of the points scored.
And then defensively in that matchup, Dawson Mitchell, a guy who was really coming into the year and you didn't know how many minutes that he was going to play, but he has had such an impact this season, and you saw all of that on display in that last matchup.
Yeah, you really did. I mean, listen, Dawson's done a nice job continuing to get better throughout his career. He's someone who can finish around the rim. He's a high rebound guy, high block shot, and that's not even counting the shots that he changes when guys know he's there. And the way Unioto is able to pressure, be it zone or man, I think you made a good point the other night on the air when we were talking together. It's like there's a lot of confidence in the guards knowing the big fella's back there. I can be as aggressive as I want to be, and if I do get beat, he'll help clean it up for me.
Yeah, they've been really – the guards are so high on their ball pressure that they can kind of funnel them into Mitchell, and he just does such a good job of just being present in the paint.
Yeah, no question. And tonight, the biggest factor is going to be that versatility of Haycock and the ability to stretch the floor with some shooters, and then pay close attention, if that happens, to some of the Courthouse athleticism on the offensive glass. Unioto's had a little bugaboo down the stretch here against some of the better teams they've played, maybe a Circleville, maybe even in the Miami Trace, as impressive as they were. There's some nights where they'll go through stretches where they struggle on the defensive glass, so let's keep an eye on that tonight.
We'll send it to a break, and when we're back, we'll send it down to Lou Horvath for your starting lineups.
Experience the hometown Chevrolet difference. Check out our huge selection of Silverado trucks, Equinox SUVs, and the latest Chevy models. Priced to move and ready to hit the road today. Plus, with the Hometown Advantage, you get free oil changes for life and a 10-year, 150,000-mile limited powertrain warranty at no extra cost. That's real value and real peace of mind. Your hometown Chevrolet is proud to be your trusted local dealer of new and pre-owned inventory, delivering unbeatable deals and top-notch service. Visit us today at 501 West Emmett Avenue in Waverly, or start shopping online at yourhometownchevy.com.
Our employees certainly get the credit for that growth. The relationships that they build, people want to deal with people they can trust, they know, feel connected to. And I think that's where a community bank such as Kingston really shines. The color of money is the same no matter where you go, but I think the people behind it is what makes the difference. Having the empathy to understand what's going on in someone's business or personal lives and how you might be able to help it. I think our customers expect that, want that, and truthfully, they deserve that.
Back in the Convocation Center, and I'll send it down to Lou Horvath for tonight's starting lineups.
Athletic Association, along with the Southeast District Board, and Ohio University. Extend to each and every one of you a cordial welcome to this district final in D4 between the Blue Lions of Washington Courthouse and the Sherman Tanks of Unioto. Please remember the athletes competing here tonight are friendly rivals and members of opposing teams, all looking to get to the Final Four. Our officials assigned to our game have been selected by the basketball coaches in Ohio through a system approved by the Board of Control. Our officiating team this evening: Johnny Hollywood Evans, Jarrett Gillett, and Dave Hopkins Jr., better known as Drew Delatel. Brian Roach is our alternate. The athletes, coaches, and officials are guests of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. You're requested to regard them and treat them as such, keeping with the ideals of good sportsmanship. Remember, just as you expect sportsmanship on the court, they expect sportsmanship in the stands. And if you look around, once again, you have been here before. You know there's only one time in the Congo. And that time, well, it's basketball 30. Let's go to our starting lineups. First, the Blue Lions of Courthouse. At guard, standing 6'2", he's a senior, number 2, Justin Everhart. 5'10", senior guard, number 3, Bryson Heath. He's a senior, he's a guard, he's 5'9", he's number 10, he's Javen Baker. 6'4", sophomore forward, number 13, Jackson Hughes. And in the post, there's 6'5", senior, number 30, Noah Haythcart. Shannon Barton's the head coach, assisted by Seth Leeson and Eric Elon. Now introducing, wearing their home whites, the Sherman Tanks of Unioto. 6'2", junior, number 2, Isaac Coy. Running the point at 5'11", he's a senior, number 3, Blake Fitch. Also a junior guard at 6 foot tall, number 5, Jack Welch. Running at guard, a 5'10", senior, number 24, Jackson Sycophus. And in the post, he's 6'8", he's a senior, he's number 33, Dawson Mitchell. Matt Combs is head coach, assisted by Nick Easterday, Kobe Long, Ned Atkins, and Alan Blue.
As Lou Horvath says, it's basketball 30. Both teams running with the same starting lineup they ran with in their semifinal games, as the Shermans will roll out with Coy, Fitch, Welch, Sycophus, and Mitchell, and the Lions will run out with Everhart, Heath, Baker, Hughes, and Haythcock.
Yeah, no reason to change it now. It's brought you to the district final stage. You'll see both teams play several guys off the bench as well. And again, a pleasure to be with you. It's been a fun week at the Convo. Well, hopefully we're in for another good one here in the nightcap.
So it'll be Mitchell and Haythcock facing off for the tip. And we are underway as the ball rolls out of bounds. The Blue Lion basketball to start our contest.
Yeah, knocked out of there, and with the touch there, I think they're going to get together and question, was there a possession there, so that they can figure out what to do on that possession arrow, and it is going to go back over to Unioto. So Courthouse getting the opening possession here off of that tip.
Haythcock set to inbound for the Blue Lions. Gives into Heath. And Baker will run the offense.
Unioto the man-to-man. It will be Fitch guarding Haythcock here in the early going.
Heath gets it over, but the ball is tipped out of bounds. It'll be off Jack Welch.
Kenneth looked for them to try to maybe go Haythcock down low with the height advantage on Fitch, so the Unioto ball pressure will be a huge factor here in the early going.
Inbound brought into Baker. Baker will drive. He'll pull up. Javen Baker knocks it in for the first points of the contest.
Javen Baker.
Yeah, got downhill a little bit. They were going to fight through the screen. That's the advantage of using Haythcock on the screen. He's able to deliver the early bank on a Thursday evening.
Two will screen Fitch. He kicks it out to Welch. Welch's three-pointer a little long, and it'll be brought in by Bryson Heath. Haithcock kick to Baker. Baker will drive baseline. Baker puts it up and in off the glass.
Baker for 2.
Yeah, a lot of confidence from Baker here in the early going. The junior attacking the rim there, and clever finish around the shot blocker.
Fitch will drive. Fitch puts it up, blocked by Haithcock. Jack Welch gets the offensive rebound, and he'll be fouled on his attempt.
Yeah, good extra effort there. It all starts with the deep penetration. What happens there is multiple blue lines have to come to the basketball, and that leaves all sorts of Unioto guys not blocked out on the offensive glass, and give Welch credit for staying with it.
District 14 second team selection at the stripe. His first attempt up and good. First points of the night for the Shermans.
Yeah, slow start for Welch the other night in the first game down here at the Convo. Keep in mind that Logan Elm game the other night, Unioto had been about 9 or 10 days in between games. You'd expect a little quicker start on the offensive end here this evening for both teams.
Welch's second attempt up and also good. Good way to see the ball go in the basket for the junior.
Yeah, no question. Unioto going to use just a little bit of full court pressure, just try to up the tempo.
Haithcock cross, Haithcock drive in, puts it up off the glass, can't connect. Good defensive pressure there by Mitchell to alter the shot.
Yeah, good team concept.
Feed down to Fitch. Fitch kicks down to the cutting Coy. Coy puts it up. Can't finish. Fight over the rebound, and Haithcock will pull it in. And they'll get Jack Welch on the foul on the floor.
Yeah, good cut. Coy just never created an angle to get the shot up on there. You mentioned the defense on the other end. Fitch doing a good job with the ball pressure, and then Mitchell coming over to contest the shot. A lot of the same thing down on the other end. Haithcock and Hughes presents quite a challenge at the rim to finish over the top of.
Haithcock has it for the Blue Lions. Screens from Everhart and Hughes. He puts it up on the runner off the glass and knocks it in.
Yeah, and he causes so many matchup problems. They put him in the ball screen.
Fitch fakes the handoff, takes the mid-range pull-up, and it goes down for 2. Everhart pulls a 3. Too long. Isaac Coy hauls in the rebound for the Shermans.
Yeah, good look for Everhart. He can really fill it up.
Sikafus pulls it out with Haithcock on him. Fitch now crosses over, hands off. Sikafus thought about the 3, but won't take it. Fitch pulls the 3 and knocks it down. Gives the Shermans their first lead of the night.
Yeah, good look for Fitch. It's not, I wouldn't say that's at the top of his arsenal, but certainly something throughout his career has continued to improve. And when he hits the perimeter shot like that, I don't know what you do with him because he's so dynamic off the dribble.
Just saw that slight bit of space. Haithcock was leaving him and decided to pull it. So Haithcock will have the ball. 5 minutes left to play here in the first quarter. Heath kicks out. Baker pulls the 3, in and out. Dawson Mitchell corrals in the rebound for Unioto.
Yeah, early gamble made Unioto rotate. Got an open look, just in and out on him, and now Unioto with the basketball up one.
Fitch will drive in, off the glass, can't put it in. Haithcock will pull in the rebound.
Great inside
He'll go
possession.
coast to coast, put it up. Won't finish, but a foul.
Yeah, all sorts of players getting tangled up right around center court. I didn't see what happened. Well, once they went to the floor, it kind of opened the middle up there, and Haithcock recognized it and got all the way to the rim.
Team second. Noah Haithcock at the line with 2 shots.
First team all-district selection, shooting 64% from the stripe as the first one rolls in and out.
Early fouls there on Fitch and Welch, just something to keep an eye on so early in the game, because a lot of times you pick up that second one, puts a lot of pressure on the coaches on how to handle that in these big games.
Haithcock knocks down the second.
Substitution to the lines. Aiden Osborne in.
See the junior Aiden Osborne check in for the first time for Washington.
Yeah, terrific athlete. really watch him here on the defensive situation. Defensively, he can really cause some problems.
Full court pressure here from the Lions. Unioto. Jackson Sikafus pulls a wing three, can't connect. Long rebound. Isaac Coy tries to hit it off a blue line defender and gets it. What an effort there from Isaac Coy.
Yeah, it really was. There was two parts of it. One was the effort, but then the second thing was just the basketball IQ. There was no panic. He understood exactly what he wanted to do, and he just kind of found the blue line and tossed it off of him.
Lions move into a 2-3 zone here. Shermans will work it around. Sikafus tries to get it down. Pass is intercepted. Haithcock going to work on Fitch. Haithcock turns around, tries to get it to Hughes. And they'll say it went off of him.
Yeah, and Kenneth, I think that's where sometimes he gets too unselfish. You know, he has the height advantage. He got that deep, and his first instinct is to set up a teammate. That's obviously not a bad thing, but sometimes when you're as talented as he is, just getting that mindset to score the basketball would probably be the better approach.
Unioto gets it down off the press. Kick out. Fitch pass fake, drives in. Hops puts it up with one hand. Can't connect. Ball will roll out of bounds off of Washington.
Yeah, great look at it. When they go to the 2-3, watch how Unioto will put the three shooters around the perimeter. They'll try to actually put Fitch at the high post.
So Welch will inbound underneath, gets it to Harsha. Harsha's shot is blocked. Second block of the night for Noah Haithcock. Everhart, ball's poked away by Sikafus, ends up in the hands of Harsha. And he'll pull it out and reset the offense for the Shermans.
Yeah, good hands there, and then good decision in the open court not to force.
Sikafus pulls the three, top of the key, can't connect. A little too strong there on the attempt. Aiden Osborne crosses over, hands off to Heath.
Here's where you'll see Harsha off the bench now draw the assignment of Haithcock.
Heath off the cross, drives in, kicks it down to Hughes. Hughes puts it up, and he'll be fouled.
Ooh, if they got Fitch underneath, that could be his second. Unioto would much rather this be on Mitchell. Let's see who they get.
And that foul will be on the SVC Player of the Year.
Yeah, so that's decision time for Coach Combs here. 2:59 first quarter.
He will have two.
So the sophomore at the stripe. Too strong on the first attempt. Hughes shooting 50% from the stripe so far this season.
Yeah, again, the rebounding becomes a big factor here. If he does miss it, Haithcock over on that far side. And then the athleticism of Osborne on the near side.
As Coach Combs will keep in. Blake Fitch sitting on two. Second free throw up and in and out.
Yeah, so even though they miss opportunity to score, certainly a big play with Fitch picking up the second.
Pfeiffer will enter for the Blue Lions. Feed down to Mitchell. Mitchell off the glass, puts it in through the foul. Chance for a three-point play.
That was just great chemistry between Fitch and Mitchell. They made eye contact. Courthouse was just a little slow to set up, quite frankly, and he just kind of throws it up top to the big fella, and he absorbs the contact and finishes.
At the line with the strike, Dawson Mitchell.
Mitchell, an honorable mention, all SVC selection this season.
You know, Unioto staying with Fitch with the two fouls. That's probably, you know, you certainly don't want to speak for coaches, but that's probably one of the few guys they would do that with. A lot of trust is built over the course of a four-year career.
As Mitchell's free throw rolls in and out. Kick up to Heath. Back to Haithcock. Tight pressure from the freshman Harsha. Heath tries to feed over to Pfeiffer, but an errant pass goes out of bounds.
That's the ability to change up. That was the zone there where they changed it up. And I don't know if Courthouse recognized it right away. The bench was trying to get him into the right spots.
Fitch will take it up for the Shermans. far court past Harsha. He gets it to Welch, back to Harsha, pulls the near side corner three and knocks it down.
Yeah, what a big time shot that is, and then he's right in the middle of the play there. And you know, Kenny, that's what you're talking about with the points is when he's able to add that dimension, he becomes really, really valuable to the team.
Yeah, the pass sailing through Haithcock's hands through the pressure from the freshman, and instant impact so far for Braden Harsha.
Yeah, and that's what he gives. He gives instant energy. You know, some people give instant offense or whatever it is off the bench. What I always feel like he gives them is that energy. Osborne's a little bit the same way on the blue line side. They come in, their athleticism, their effort seems to just always impact the game in a positive way.
So for Bartriff's unit, what are you talking to them in this timeout?
Well, I think the first thing is he's got to have his experienced group have good defensive recognition in terms of what's Unioto in, because that's going to determine how they want to use Haithcock. Are they in man or are they in the zone? And then from that point on, they got to get to the right spots as soon as possible and then try to get the ball into Haithcock in those scoring areas to put pressure on the defense. If you start messing around with the basketball against Unioto's pressure, they can become a problem in terms of how much they can pressure the dribble.
So off the turnover, Unioto will have the ball up 12-7 with just over 2 minutes left to play in the first. Welch feeds to Harsha. Sherman's worked the ball all the way around. Mitchell pulls the top of the key three, in and out. Haithcock pulls in the rebound, kick up, tries to get it to Jackson Everhart, but it'll roll out of bounds.
Pretty good start for Courthouse on the defensive glass for the most part. Haven't been able to capitalize in transition. David Long into the game for Unioto for the first time.
Just some miscommunication hurting Washington so far in this contest.
They do have Fitch out of the game now for probably this last 138. So Welch will handle the basketball at the point.
Coy, handoff to Welch, gets it back out to Zikafus. Feed down Harsha. Welch, handoff to Coy. Coy will drive in, turn around. David Long pulls the three, too strong. Zikafus pulls in the offensive rebound.
Yeah, great effort to win the extra possession.
Coy fake drive in, back out to Long. His corner three, too strong. Haithcock pulls in another rebound, his fourth of the night.
Yeah, some missed opportunities there for Unioto, and able to take advantage of the offensive rebound, the extra possession.
Heath gets it to Pfeiffer, down to Haithcock. Ball's tipped. Freshman Harsha, they give it back to him full court, and he's fouled on his attempt.
Yeah, outstanding defensive effort. Courthouse thought they had the seal that they wanted with Haycock down low. They went with the bounce pass, and Harsha was fighting around, which allowed him to poke out. Again, that's where you got to recognize defensively all their fronting there. Throw it up over the top to the 6'5" Haycock.
Freshman Harsha, 5 points in the win over Logan Elm. First attempt a little short.
What you like about Harsha is the recognition of once he poked it away, he didn't stop there. He went ahead and was able to sprint out in front and get the easy opportunity. Now unable to convert it to the free throw line there, but nonetheless, you like the energy he's brought to the court here in these final 3 or 4 minutes of the first quarter.
Harsha's second free throw up and down. 13-7 Sherman lead. 43.1 left to play in the first.
Going to continue to pressure just a little bit, just enough to keep the tempo of the game going a little bit.
As Haithcock will handle. Haithcock cross, drive in, spins around, gets it out. Everhart drives in, feed down to Baker. Baker. And they'll get Zikafus for the foul.
See if they call this on the floor or if they're going to get him up in the act of shooting.
Jackson Zikafus with a foul, his first team fourth.
Just the fourth. They said that the contact was coming with Baker still on the floor, so Courthouse with 21.7 will go OB under. So Kenneth Unioto went back to Mitchell to go to the 2-3 zone, and then Heath returns for Courthouse.
Heath will handle The baseline out of bounds for the Blue Lions. Gets it in off of Mitchell, can't finish. Baker puts it up, can't connect. Offensive rebound, Haithcock blocked by Mitchell. Everhart's attempt, no good. And the ball will be tipped out of bounds off a Lion.
Well, I tell you, they stayed with it, but yeah, that's what we're talking about. Unioto sometimes unable to wrap up on the defensive board. Give Mitchell a lot of credit, contesting a lot of shots down there, and they come away. Now Fitch comes back in offensively, 7.2. This is where if you're Fitch and you play downhill hard to the rim, you got to be aware of the offensive foul. So it's not just the defensive foul trouble part of it. You got to be aware of your foul trouble here, even on the offensive end.
Javen Baker will pick up full court, giving some simulated pressure for the Blue Lions. Fitch feeds out to Coy. Coy's long three, and it's good. Isaac Coy for the triple. What a shotzi in the quarter. 16-7 Sherman lead. You're watching Ohio High School District Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Our employees certainly get the credit for that growth. The relationships that they build. People want to deal with people they can trust, they know, feel connected to. And I think that's where a community bank such as Kingston really shines. The color of money is the same no matter where you go, but I think the people behind it is what makes the difference. Having the empathy to understand what's going on in someone's business or personal lives and how you might be able to help it. I think our customers expect that, want that, and truthfully, they deserve that.
Once again, our postseason coverage sponsored in part by G&J Paving. G&J Paving, serving Southern Ohio for over 30 years. And Centerpoint Church. Centerpoint believes in investing in the next generation and is proud to support high school sports across the region. Visit centerpoint.church for service times and more information. Centerpoint Church. Sherman's holding on to a 16-7 lead over Washington as we enter the second quarter.
Well, what's crazy is that sequence in the last 30 seconds. Courthouse had 4 or 5 chances at the rim, couldn't get it to go, and then Unioto comes back and Coy knocks it down. That's a 5-point swing there, and all of a sudden Unioto's up 9.
Blue Lions will move back into man defense. Mitchell feeds to Fitch. Screen from Mitchell, long pass, Zikafus. Royal Hill drive baseline, try to get it to Mitchell. But it'll be kicked out of bounds off of Washington.
Appreciate Unioto legend DB Mullen stopping by to say hello. DB, of course, the point guard on the 91 state runner-up team at Unioto.
Welch handles out of bounds, gets it to Fitch. Zikafus takes the screen from Fitch. Feeds it over to Welch. Tight pressure from Javen Baker, takes the screen from Coy. He'll cross over, he'll drive in, kick down, Coy. Trying to find somewhere to go with the ball, gets it out, Mitchell. Mitchell's elbow jumper up, too strong. Haithcock pulls in his 8th rebound of the night.
Yeah, been impressed with the athleticism of the Courthouse guards, matching up pretty well.
Pass is tipped by Zikafus, ends up in the hands of Fitch, feeds it back to him. Zikafus off the glass, lays it in.
Jackson Zikafus. Blake Fitch the assist.
We'll get another timeout here. It'll be a full Will take it with him. You're watching Ohio High School boys basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
SOSA's The Dugout is Chillicothe's premier indoor baseball and softball training facility designed to serve local baseball and softball players of all ages. The Dugout is equipped with our fully featured hit tracks, the next-gen data capture and simulation system providing athletes with real-time feedback with the capability of playing in any of the 30 Major League Baseball stadiums. The Dugout has a 70-foot by 12-foot batting and pitching cage, and every user has access to baseball and softball pitching machines, plyo wall and arm strength bands, pitching mounts and softball mats, multiple tees and hitting nets. Wall-to-wall AstroTurf, 285-inch TVs and Bluetooth speakers make the Dugout the place to be for all of our area baseball and softball players, no matter the age. Train year-round, improve your performance, and further develop your skills in a fun and competitive environment at SOSA's The Dugout. Located in the heart of downtown Chillicothe at 185 East Main Street. Visit our website at sosadugout.com to reserve a time today.
Back in here after the timeout from Washington. Good end-to-end play there from Jackson Sikafus to force the timeout. Everhart drives. Everhart pulls up baseline mid-range, in and out. And they'll say Hughes touched it last. Unioto will regain possession.
Yeah, not a bad look for Everhart. Obviously an elite three-point shooter. Unioto would much rather see him into that mid-range, but certainly a good look for him. Just couldn't get it to go. Courthouse, I think, has been okay in the quarter court defensively. The problem has been when they've had the live ball turnover and they've allowed Unioto out into transition.
Coy over to Welch, near side corner. Tries to feed down to Fitch. Ball will roll out of bounds. A little bit of miscommunication there for the Shermans.
Yeah, just a little bit of a force. And again, the physicality of the post up. If you're Unioto, Fitch has got to be careful there, fighting for that position.
Unioto will bring some full court pressure. Washington gets it to Haithcock. Haithcock feed down to Hughes. Hughes had trouble bringing in the pass. Hughes lays it up and in. Nice touch there from the sophomore.
For two, Jackson Hughes.
Yeah, nice setup from Haithcock, and Hughes finishes at the rim.
Fitch drives in, loses the dribble, feeds the cutting Welch. Welch off the glass, lays it up, can't find it. 9th rebound on the night there for Haithcock.
Yeah, point blank opportunity. Unioto doesn't take advantage.
Heath, tight pressure from Welch. Gets over to Haithcock, and Welch will switch on to him.
Yeah, this
2-3 zone here.
The zone, you'll just watch Sikafus and Welch just chase the ball over. It becomes very difficult for the guards out top.
Javen Baker feeds to Heath, down to Haithcock. Haithcock feeds the cutting Heath. Heath, after driving baseline, in and out. Unlucky roll there for the Lions. Fitch behind the back, drives in, kick out to Welch. Coy, near side elbow. Fitch drives in, out to Sikafus. Sikafus will pull the college three, in and out. Offensive rebound, Dawson Mitchell, back out to Coy. Unioto working it around to Blake Fitch.
Yeah, Mitchell wins him another possession, and now they'll back it up and run some more. Up 9 with the basketball. Couple subs waiting to come in, one from each team.
Fitch rejects the screen, kicks it out. Jack Welch, three-point attempt, no good. Justin Everhart hauls it in for the Lions. He'll pull the three, it's in and out. Another rebound from Dawson Mitchell.
Yeah, again, Courthouse been pretty good defensively in the quarter court, just not able to capitalize on the other end.
Fitch will drive baseline, try to get it over to Sikafus. Pass a little off target.
Yeah, so what's happening on the defensive end? Courthouse is doing a pretty good job of being able to stay home one-on-one in some of the matchups. They've got Hughes and Haithcock protecting at the rim, and then you highlighted a second ago, Kenneth, Haithcock already had 9 rebounds, and it's been one and done on most trips, not all, but most trips for Unioto.
Good job securing the glass, has the senior. As we'll see Harsha check back in and immediately provide tight defensive pressure. Aiden Osborne off the handball, crosses over.
Oh, did they get Fitch there? That's his third.
That will be Blake Fitch's third foul.
Blake Fitch is a foul, his third.
So we'll see Jackson Sikafus check into the game for him.
Similar to the ability of Circleville in our first game that I have with Carson, where Circleville had so many athletes they could run at Alexander, the talented guard of Waverly. You see that with Unioto, though. They're trying to give a lot of different looks to Haithcock here, and now Unioto's got to play the last 4-17.
Back in the 2-3, Haithcock pump fake, step back and knocks it down. As you mentioned, Circleville taking down Waverly in a 51-42 final tonight. Winner of this contest will face Circleville. Fitch fakes the handoff, drives baseline, tries to get to Mitchell, but the pass is intercepted by Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer driving, Pfeiffer puts it up off the glass and lays it in. What a play from the sophomore.
Yeah, there's an example where they are able to convert in the open court, and now back within 4. And the ball handling and decision making of Jack Welch is going to become really important here for Unioto in the last part of this quarter.
Welch guarded by Osborne. Drives in, kicks to Sikafus. Sycophus loses the ball. Aiden Osborne. Full court hop step off the glass. Can't finish but a foul.
So you get exactly what I was talking about with Osborne, the ability to come in and get active with the hands, the athleticism on the defensive end. And with Fitch off the floor, you've watched the Unioto ball handling get a little loose here in the last couple minutes, and Courthouse has been out in the open court multiple times.
Junior Osborne at the stripe, knocks down the first. A 77% free throw shooter this season. So we're going to timeout from Unioto. 30-second timeout, and your Coach Combs, what are you talking over with your unit?
Well, you're just trying to settle your group down. Courthouse started to steal a little momentum there off of that third foul from Fitch, and then the ball pressure started to turn up, and they forced multiple Unioto turnovers. And as a result, it got some athletes out in the open court. First it was Piper, then it was Osborne. You know, so it just comes back to reminding your group, we got to settle down, we got to execute even when we go through, because Unioto will go through shooting droughts. That's been who they are throughout the year. But there's a difference between shooting droughts and turning it over, right? You want to get shots at the basket. As we always say in coaching, if you shoot it up there, it might go in. We might even be able to rebound it. But if you turn it over, especially against an athletic group, and they get out in the open court, Piper and Osborne have shown here how momentum can really flip in a hurry.
So Osborne at the stripe with a chance to cut it to 2. Second attempt too strong, as Jack Welch will pull in the rebound and handle for the Shermans. Unioto working it around. Jack Welch has it at the logo. Feed over to Braden Harsha. Sherman's taking their time here at the basketball.
Yeah, Courthouse with a lot of like-sized defenders. They can pass off a lot of things. They can switch when they need to. That's where, if you're setting the screen, you got to be aware of that. Maybe slip or roll when you might get a look into the middle of the court.
Fitch feeds down to Coy at the elbow. Spin, put it up. Can't finish. Unlucky roll there, but he'll go to the line.
That was an example there. Courthouse switched the fake on the ball screen there, and Coy got a half step and was able to draw the contact. Almost got it to fall, but we'll go to the line for
with 2 shots.
2. It'll be his first trip to the line. Unioto was 3 for 4 in the first quarter from the line. First time at the charity stripe here in the second quarter.
Fitch's first attempt up and good. Coy, excuse me.
Yeah, Coy hit the deep 3 there at the end of the first quarter. Now has 4 on the night.
77% free throw shooter all the season. District 14 honorable mention as he knocks in the second.
Big stretch here for Courthouse. They've been back in it now, down 5 with the basketball. You want to continue to execute and get a good look.
Aiden Osborne pulls the elbow jumper in, knocks it down.
Yeah, nice stroke, got to his spot. Good athleticism, good release.
Coy has it, feeds over to Harsha. Welch back out the long at the logo.
Yeah, notice how Courthouse will switch it up, and if Unioto gets sloppy, that's where you get that poke away.
Under 2 minutes left to play here in the half. Sherman's holding a 20-17 lead over Washington. Fitch crosses over, drives in, trying to find somewhere to go with the ball, gets it to Coy. Coy finds the cutting Harsha off the glass and in.
Yeah, great cut, great pass. Able to finish, much needed offense for Unioto. Harsha giving it to him here.
Osborne tries to feed it out to Jackson Everhart. It'll go through his hands.
And all it was some extra effort away from the ball with a good hard cut. And Coy dropped a nice bounce pass to him, right on time, right on target.
Really nice minutes here so far from the freshman Harsha.
Yeah, I have him unofficially for 6, 1 for 2 from the line. Played some really good defense. Out of that timeout, Unioto showing a lot more patience, taking care of the basketball just a little bit more, and then as they start to move into the scrimmage area, they start to look for the ability to cut with their quickness.
As you said, Sherman's working the ball out far into the half court. .56 seconds left to play here in the half. David Long in the corner, drives baseline, feed out to Welch. Zicafus drives baseline, puts it up, and in off the glass.
Levitation, young man. Jackson Zicafus.
Long pass intercepted by David Long.
Big time effort for David Long there, saving two. Now if Unioto can handle the basketball, they can get the last shot of the half.
Fitch, tight pressure here from Heath.
Yeah, got to be aware of the 5 count each time.
Fitch, ball's poked out. He'll be off of Haithcock.
Give Jack Welch a lot of credit over the last 3 or 4 minutes with Fitch on the bench. He's done a pretty good job handling the basketball. He got in a hurry there a couple trips, and then after the timeout, Unioto's been much more efficient on the offensive end, and as a result, been able to stretch the lead back to 7.
David Long inbounds into the backcourt. Welch feeds down to Long. Long puts it up and is fouled.
Outstanding execution. That's a quick hitter that Unioto runs a lot. I think Courthouse recognized it. It's for Coy coming on the backside for 3. And off of the switch, they jumped in. What Unioto do to counter? Long just slipped it and came wide open to the rim. That was well done by Courthouse on the scouting report. Well done by Unioto to counter.
Long knocks in the first, a guy who might not score a ton of points, but it's pure effort out there.
Yeah, certainly made a great defensive play here a minute ago. There, the ability to hit one free throw, see if he does next. Now, 3 seconds, plenty of time. Plenty of time for Courthouse. They can throw it in on the run to take about 2 to 3 dribbles and probably get inside half court, get a legitimate look at it.
Long second attempt up and rolls in. So see Lake and Langhoff check into the game for the first time for the Shermans.
Yeah, I think that's as much about making sure they don't pick up a silly foul there.
Heath inbounding. Ball's tipped. Haithcock will just let it go to the half. 26-17 Sherman lead as we're through 2. You're watching Ohio High School boys basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
At Chillicothe Comfort Heating and Air, your comfort is our priority year-round.
Whether it's blazing hot or freezing cold, we've got your back with fast, reliable service you can trust.
Locally owned, honest, and done right the first time.
We have financing options available for every budget, as well as 60 months, 0% interest.
Call us today and feel the difference that comfort makes.
Kimberly. Tons of practice. One chop away from a black belt. 7 of the best sidekicks. And 5 years since her cancer diagnosis at Ohio Health.
So after 2, 26-17 Sherman lead. And once again, our postseason coverage sponsored in part by G&J Paving. G&J Paving, serving Southern Ohio for over 30 years. And Centerpoint Church. Centerpoint believes in investing in the next generation and is proud to support high school sports across the region. Visit centerpoint.church for service times and more information. Centerpoint Church. Just want to thank them as well as our other full season sponsors, Glockner, Glow Fiber, Ohio Health, our presenting sponsor, The Root Sport and Fitness Center, Tomlinson Insurance, Willie & Son Trucking, Chillicothe Comfort, Rathkamp Financial, North Fork Animal Clinic, the Schmidt family of restaurants, Chillicothe Truck, Hometown Auto, Kingston National Bank, the Chillicothe Paints, SOSA the dugout, Perfection One, who hasn't been able to get an episode this week due to our coverage, and also the Haynes Total Healthcare Center, who have personally helped me this week, letting me get in some shadowing hours. So thank you to Cassie McHenry and Dr. Brandon Haynes.
Yeah, no question. I know you have been able to speak highly of those folks there, and obviously we appreciate all of our sponsors. It's been an incredible week down here at the Convo, and we're not done yet. Still have second half here tonight and plenty of basketball on Saturday and Sunday as well.
So what do you think has been the key so far for the Shermans to jump out to this 9-point lead after 2?
Well, I thought there was 2 phases of it. The first part of opening up the lead, I thought had to do with the ability to really guard on the defensive end, and then they were able to shoot the basketball pretty well. In the first quarter, they had 3-point baskets from Harsha, Coy, and Fitch. And as a result, they put up 16 points and were up 16-7. But then give Courthouse credit. Courthouse really started to come back. They used a little bit of pressure themselves. I thought Courthouse really settled in to the defensive end. I thought they were really good. They were able to create some havoc. Obviously 6 points, 9 rebounds from Havecock, but it was really some guys like Pfeiffer and Osborne and some of those guys that started to really bring some energy to the floor, and it started to cut back into it. Fitch picked up the 3rd foul. The momentum had really started to swing Courthouse's way, but then that's when the second phase of what I was referencing came into play for Unioto. Following the timeout, I thought Unioto got extremely patient on the offensive end. They started to pull Courthouse away, take care of the basketball, and then as a result, they were able to start to get some cuts. They were starting to get some better looks at the basket. They got to the free throw line a little bit. And I think Unioto see 7 of 8 from the free throw line in the first half. That's a big stat. And their ability to put 26 points on the board. That's not a bad half for this Unioto offense, because you know they're always going to guard, and they've obviously done that again here tonight at 17 on the defensive side.
Yeah, speaking on that defensive side, I think a key to the half for me personally, I watched Fitch picked up his 3rd foul and subbed out. Both Harsha and Sikafus had multiple times where they led to breakaway transition points just due to their defensive effort, poking the ball away and getting steals.
Yeah, no question. 9 turnovers for Washington Courthouse. You're right. Those are missed opportunities. When you have the talent of a Havecock and you have the shooting ability of an Everhart, you turn it over 9 times and a half, and what's happening is you're giving away chances to get shots at the basket. Over on the Unioto side, let's see, they only had 5 turnovers, so that is a factor. I do feel like on the defensive glass, Havecock has really been able to limit them to one and done. Give Mitchell a lot of credit on the other end. He's got the 5 rebounds as well, and he's just changed a bunch of shots around the rim. He seems to do a good job of that, where I thought Courthouse had a couple chances to maybe finish around there. And statistically, I don't know if he gets a hand on it every time, but man, it just seems like he's up there contesting a lot of them.
Yeah, and for Courthouse, I don't think they did. I thought they did a pretty good job in the half-court defense. They got a little bit away from them in the end of that second quarter, excuse me. But early on in the game, they've been playing really solid in the half-court. It's just those transition points that have killed them so far.
Well, and that's why not all turnovers are created equally. You know what I mean? Like in coaching, sometimes when you're playing teams at pressure, if you're playing a team like a Circleville that we had in Game 1, if you're playing this Unioto defense here, we always say, you know, we don't want to turn it over, but if we're going to turn it over, let's travel or throw the ball up in the first row of the convo here. Let's not let them have a poke away or a live ball opportunity where now they're out into the open court. They're able to convert the easy one. Crowd gets into it. They're right back in their pressure, and that's where the 8-2, 10-4 runs come from, and that's how you start to see games space a little bit. So that'll be something that certainly Courthouse wants to clean up, the 9 turnovers, and if they can do that, I think they have proven to themselves they can get some pretty good looks.
Yeah, Unioto 10 points off turnovers in that first half. Want to thank the Ohio University staff tonight for presenting us with these stats, and for Shannon Bartroff and his staff, what are you talking over with your team coming into the second half?
Well, I think you want to remind your guys that, look, we got right back in this thing, and we can do it again. Let's take care of the basketball. I know they would love to get Everhart going a little bit. He's only had 3 shot attempts. He's yet to score. So obviously, if you root for the Blue Lions throughout the year, you know what I'm talking about when I say that young man can get it going in a hurry. I mean, he could hit 3 or 4 and a quarter. You know what I mean? So, like, I'd like to see maybe Courthouse use some wrinkles or some quick hitters to maybe get him free and maybe get him an easy one. Maybe get him to the free throw line or whatever it may be, just for him to see the ball go through. He's the type of shooter that if one goes down, the next 2 or 3 might.
And one thing to look for in the start of this third quarter is to start the game, they had Blake Fitch on to Everhart, and with 3 fouls, it's an interesting matchup to see where they'll put him and who they'll put on to, Haithcock.
No, you're right. They did. They came out. I was interested to see who Unioto would put on him as well, and they did go Fitch. What's funny about it is I don't know how much that caused the foul trouble. You know what I mean? Like, I can't remember very many times where where Fitch was guarding Haithcock where that's why he fouled. The one was on a penetration where he had moved off of him. Another one's where he kind of tried to maybe dig in a little bit, knock a ball away. So no matter where Fitch is at, he's got to be really smart here into the third quarter. He'll most likely come back to the court here to start the half. He's got to be really smart, avoid that 4th foul. If you're Courthouse, again, that might give you something that you can go at a little bit because I'm sure Courthouse feels like if they can get Fitch back off the court, they might be able to turn the tempo up a little bit.
And for Unioto, what do you want to see to open this game even more for the hopeful district champion that they want to get?
I would like to see them, even with Fitch back on the court, I would like to see them kind of get the player and ball movement that we saw in the last 3 or 4 minutes, because I think what that would bring is it would bring a court that's become spread, a court that allows Fitch to start to play downhill a little bit more, and when he does that, he can kick and get a lot of guys involved and get better looks.
Yeah, and on the Unioto side, I just want to point out the excellent play in the first half of Braden Harsha. Their leading scorer in the half with 6, and on a night where you only get considerable, like 9:41 minutes out of Fitch, and to have that just effort and impact off the bench so far has been huge for the Shermans.
Yeah, and we talked about how Unioto doesn't get a lot of offense off the bench. When tonight, they're able to get, 6 from Harsha and 2 from Long. That's huge. So you go down the Unioto scoring column, a lot of kids involved. 6 for Harsha, 5 for Coy, 3 for Fitch, 4 for Welch, 2 for Long, 4 for Zickafoos, 2 for Mitchell. So when they get a lot of guys involved, that certainly makes them harder to guard.
Yeah, Unioto playing 8 players in that first half, and everyone really giving excellent minutes. Even Lake and Langhoff just subbing in to make sure no one picks up an extra foul. We know that he can provide solid minutes for the Shermans.
Yeah, he really can. A kid capable of shooting it and gives them another ball handler if they have to go a little deeper into the bench, which, again, they may have to if foul trouble starts to rear its ugly head again.
And I thought Welch had a pretty good half, taking over the point guard duties from Fitch as he got into foul trouble.
He did. Again, I don't think the Blue Lions get enough credit for how much they can pressure the basketball. You watch these kids on the basketball court, on the football field, some of these, the Osborne kid's a terrific athlete. Piper, terrific athlete. Haithcock obviously can really play around the rim. Jackson Hughes is long and athletic. So I don't think they get enough credit for how much defensively they're capable of doing in the quarter court.
Yeah, as we were talking about before the game, Courthouse sitting at 13-9, but you look at their schedule, it's just it's almost every single night you have a gauntlet to play.
Oh, listen, almost a third to half of your games, and just in that FAC alone, where you're talking about 2 with Chillicothe, 2 with Jackson. They played Miami Trace 3 times because of the holiday tournament. So yeah, I mean they're more than battle tested. They're not going to go away here.
So they'll start with the ball to start this third quarter as the Shermans will return to that 2-3 zone. Pull up here from Bryson Heath as he knocks it in.
Yeah, right off the bat, you always look for adjustments. The first adjustment there was to screen the zone and get their point guard right into the middle, about 12 feet, pull up, knock it down.
Pitch feed over to Coy. Coy will drive baseline up and under and gets it to go with the reverse.
Isaac Coy.
Impressive move there. Use the rim as the protection against the shot blocker.
Heath over to Baker, back over to Heath. Pass is intercepted by Blake Fitch, and in transition, he will lay it in. Coast to coast for Blake Fitch.
Yeah, easy offense. Got Welch there on the bump.
Fitch on that last basket.
See, that was Welch's second. So again, you just pay attention to that because Fitch playing with 3. If Welch would pick up the third 2, starts to put a little dent into the Unioto backcourt.
30-19 Blue Lion lead. 7 minutes left to play in this third quarter. Feed down, Haithcock off the glass, slays it in.
And again, they just used the double ball screen. Really well prepared, really well executed. Outstanding zone offense.
Coy handling for the Shermans. Sikafus takes the screen from Welch, gets down to Welch. Welch feeds down to Mitchell off the glass and in. Nice ball movement there for the Shermans.
Yeah, talked about Courthouse well prepared for the zone look. Unioto well prepared for the switches, knew exactly what they wanted to do to attack.
Haithcock near elbow, feeds out Baker. Baker will pull the 3, in and out. He'll be pulled in for the long rebound for Justin Everhart. Feed down to Haithcock. Haithcock will pull up. Ball bounces around and out. Isaac Coy showing off the quarterback skills, tries to get it to Welch.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a force. Certainly over the top was there. Again, Unioto probably does want to play the tempo up a little bit, but again, you want to make sure you pick and choose.
It's a nice pass. I thought it looked a little bit like a wide receiver running before they had full possession of the ball.
No question about it. You can certainly see the quarterback in that particular play.
Haithcock feed to Everhart. Everhart's corner 3 is blocked by Zigafus.
Good recovery there. Again, we talked about Everhart. If you're Unioto, you just don't want to let him get comfortable. You know how much he can flip a game. So if you're Everhart, you want to continue to seek your shot.
As he'll fake the 3, drive in, pull up, blocked by Mitchell. Gets his own rebound, goes underneath, blocked again.
So nice job of Mitchell in the mid-range, and then nice job with Mitchell at the rim. Courthouse will keep possession. Unioto unable to come away with possession.
Haithcock over to Heath. Feed down, Haithcock at the elbow. Pass is stolen. It'll be Jack Welch intercepting the pass. Fitch feed to Coy. Coy will drive, baseline spin, put it up off the glass and in.
Yeah, really clever finish on the baseline. Looked like he was going to pull it back out, and just a little stop and go move, and Unioto pushed it out to 13. Timeout on the floor.
That'll be a full timeout. We'll take it with them. You're watching Ohio High School Boys Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Swinging a liner to left field. Paints will walk it off. That one base is loaded in 2. Pitch. It is low, and this one dripped the pitch. Skied into center field, hit pretty well. Major back to the track, to the wall. It is gone.
After the flurry of points from the Shermans, Coach Bartroff wanted to talk it over with his unit after the Shermans holding a 34-21 lead with 5:15 left to play here in the third.
Yeah, Washington really well coached. You know they're going to make their adjustments here. They had actually come out of the locker room with some really nice wrinkles against the zone, and they were able to get some easy 2s. Unfortunately, on the other end, they lost Coy on the baseline a couple times. He reversed it to the other side the first time, and then that time a clever little stop-and-go move and finishes it there at the rim to force the timeout.
Yeah, a little bit of controlling the pace. He faked the spin one way, stopped, turned back over, laid it in with the reverse. And just a nice move there off the glass.
Yeah, and as the year goes on, he's been just so under control in his decision making. He's just turned into such a good player for Unioto. Impacts the game in so many different ways.
Being a 44% free throw shooter, he has to draw that attention outside as Jackson Sikafus will intercept the pass. Feed over to Fitch. Fitch spins. Fitch feeds to Mitchell. Mitchell will go to work. Ball's poked away. The pass intended for Welch will be taken by Heath.
Yeah, Unioto lost their floor spacing there, and when you do that against the athleticism of Courthouse, that could be a problem.
Osborne tries to get into Haithcock. The pass is offline, and Be another Courthouse turnover as Fitch will drive in, kick out, Jack Welch near corner 3, knocks it in.
Outside for the triple.
Nothing but net there on the 3 from Jack Welch.
That's when Blake Fitch is at his best, when he gets out in space. His running mates trust him. They run to their spot to get the good look.
Haithcock feed down to Osborne. He'll be fouled.
Nice find from Haithcock. So talented. They get him into the middle of the zone there, and he becomes the playmaker. Drops the bounce pass diagonal, and Osborne did a good job of taking it up quick on the catch before the shot blocker could recover.
Unselfish play there from the first team all-district selection as Osborne knocks in the first.
And I think when you say about a player that his number one weakness might be he's too unselfish, that tells you how good you think a player is, and I would certainly say that about Haithcock.
For Washington, do you think it could be a key to getting back in this game, letting Haithcock handle it from the elbow as the second free throw? No good.
Well, I think against the zone, that's certainly where you want him to catch it, and then you want him to just get in a real aggressive mindset and make a play for himself or for a teammate.
Fitch off the screen for Mitchell, feeds down the cutting Coy. Sikafus back to Coy. He'll drive in. Ball's poked away, finds his dribble again. Sikafus pulls the near wing 3, too short. Jackson Everhart pulls in the rebound. Pfeiffer on the drive. And that'll be an offensive foul. What an impact so far tonight from Jackson Sikafus.
Yeah, did a good job of hustling back after he missed the 3. Got himself set in the paint and then set up to absorb the contact and was rewarded with the call.
Just the effort he plays with on both ends of the floor.
And that becomes contagious. You know what I mean? When you start playing like that, it starts to rub off on teammates, and they're going to say, Coy stepped on the line there when he pivoted back. Osborne went for the steal.
Coy trying to spin to avoid the deflection. Steps on the line. Courthouse will have it on the baseline. So we'll see the freshman Braden Harsha check back in.
I think all this is with 3:48, you've kind of bought half the third quarter where Fitch has avoided picking up the fourth. While you're on defense, go ahead and get him. I don't know that he'll be over there the whole 3:48, but certainly maybe to steal a possession defensively.
Pfeiffer puts up the mid-range floater and knocks it down for the deuce.
Nice finish. They get into the middle there and finish up over top of Mitchell.
Nifty dribbling there from Welch. Harsha, kick out, Sikafus. Jab step drives in. And they'll get it back out to Coy at the logo.
And again, it's what we watched at the end of the second quarter was just a little bit more of a patient ball movement offense with Fitch off the court there.
Fake pass drive in from Welch. Gets it to Harsha. Harsha will pull another 3 and an out. Pfeiffer will pull in the rebound. Loses dribble. And it'll go to the Shermans with 2:58 left to play in the third.
Yeah, Unioto dodges a bullet there, kind of forced into a quicker shot, and
Blake Fitch back in.
Unioto going to go back to Fitch here offensively. That's what I was referencing. Again, there's always the risk of him picking up the offensive foul, but you at least try to use his ball handling here on the offensive side.
Welch will handle for the Shermans, and Coach Matt Hoops, as we were talking, Matt Combs, I'm so sorry, excuse me. Before the game we were talking about, just does such a good job with his situational subbing.
Well, he tries to, yeah, I think what he's trying to do there is try to get the matchups that he wants on the defensive end, but 2, you're trying to protect foul trouble.
Still get Sikafus on the foul.
That'll be his second. They probably would rather him get it than Welch because that would have been Welch's third. Yeah, you mentioned Coach Hoops, high school teammate of mine, did such a great job with the program for many, many years. Obviously, Coach Hoops, Coach Combs, extremely close throughout their life as friends, and the way the program's been able to carry over here, it's been a nice run for them.
Javen Baker will get it into Haithcock on the long inbound. Haythcock hop step down to Osborne. Osborne off the glass, lays it in.
Outstanding, good spacing, good finish. Courthouse back within 11, need a stop, trying to get it under 10 going into the fourth quarter. I think it's a good goal.
Fitch hop step, tries to feed it out. Osborne will intercept the pass intended for Harsha. Osborne out to Justin Everhart. Mid-range pull up from the elbow, in and out. Ball will roll out of bound. Referee says off of Washington.
Yeah, quality look for Everhart. Just can't get one to go down.
Jack Wells back on the floor.
Just has to continue to shoot. The senior, he's been through a lot of these here. He's been through a lot of varsity games. Can't lose confidence when you can shoot it like that young man can. You just got to keep firing away.
Shermans will have the ball, holding a 37-26 lead here with 2:02 left to play in the quarter. Welch inbounds to Coy, and he'll get it back to him.
Yeah, Osborne, Baker, and Pipe are going to try to apply a little bit of pressure here too. Ball pressure has been pretty good here throughout the evening.
Fitch off the screen for Mitchell, pulls up, mid-range shot, too short. Sikafus pulls in the offensive rebound out to Coy, and he'll get the shooter's bounce for the tray.
Triple. Isaac Coy.
Coy shooting 44% from three on the season.
Yeah, it's been a big night for Coy.
Haythcock hop step, puts it up. Unlucky roll there.
Yeah, good move, just couldn't finish. And again, Mitchell's size just kind of impacts the play just enough.
And they'll get a backcourt violation.
Yeah, and again, just that's a sloppy, unforced error on Unioto's ball handling. You just got to space better and get people to the right spot. Give Courthouse a lot of credit coming up there and challenging it and forcing the turnover.
Courthouse looking for a basket. Pfeiffer pulls up from the elbow, in and out. Dawson Mitchell pulls in the rebound, his sixth of the night.
Yeah, there's that little cross double screen where they screen the inside of the 2-3 zone, and the point guard's able to come in and get a mid-range jumper. Had success with that earlier. That time got a good look, just missed the shot.
Welch will hand off to Sikafus. Dawson Mitchell has it near side corner down to Coy. Coy finds the cutting Sikafus, pass out to Welch. Welch jab step drives in out to Mitchell. And Unioto not worried about wasting any time here.
Unioto turned down a couple threes there. Looks like they're going to try to grind the clock out here a little bit. Pressure of Osborne making that tough, and it's going to cause a timeout.
Unioto, 30-second timeout.
Unioto most likely going to look to hold for last shot with 31.9 left to play here in the third.
Well, and what happens in a possession like this, Kenneth, you're not going to earn points for style, right? You just got to figure out a way to milk 31.9, get the last shot of the half. I look across the court there, the arrow favors Unioto to start the fourth quarter. So the goal is real simple here. Not easy to execute with the athleticism of Courthouse, but the goal is to come out, get the ball in bounds clean, spread the court, probably try to run it down to around 10 or 11, and then see if you can get Fitch to get his guys into a quick hitter. If you're Courthouse, you know Unioto's trying to do that. I think you're going to take your athleticism, and you only have one team foul in the quarter, so this is a situation where I think you get real aggressive and try to attack the basketball. If you foul, look up there at the individual fouling, other than Piper with 3. Yeah, he'd want to be careful, but you're not going to be really hurt by a couple individual fouls here if you can really get aggressive after the basketball.
David Long will check back into the game for the Shermans. Coach Combs going with a smaller lineup to end the quarter. Welch has it with Baker, feeds it over to Sikafus.
I always felt like the fundamental in these situations is good triple threat on every catch. Recognize your pivots. Recognize when the official has the count on you.
Important to see who they get his foul on. That'll be Pfeiffer. It'll be his fourth.
Yeah, that's a big foul.
Second team foul.
So 10.4 left to play here in the third quarter.
Don't be surprised if Courthouse takes a couple more fouls here, especially, again, going aggressively for the ball to try to poke it free.
Only 2 team fouls in the quarter. They have a few to give. Fitch going to work on Jackson Everhart. Haithcock switched on, ball's tipped, gets his dribble back, takes the runner, three, in and out. After three, 40-26 Sherman lead. We'll cut to a break. You're watching Ohio High School boys basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Are you looking for the best deals on quality used trucks and cars?
Great news. Chillicothe Truck has what you're looking for.
Choose from a wide selection of makes and models. All vehicles undergo a detailed multi-point inspection and extensive reconditioning before hitting the lot. Our friendly team offers a no-pressure sales experience, ensuring you find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs. Plus, you can customize your ride with our extensive range of truck accessories, from bed covers to lift kits. Stop by 173 Rennick Avenue in Chillicothe or call us today at 740-773-8782 to get started right now.
Have you experienced simply brilliant fiber internet? Yeah, that's Glow Fiber. Lightning fast internet that keeps up with your busy life. A reliable fiber-to-the-home network whether you're working, learning, playing, or streaming. And best of all, Glow Fiber has real local support from real people who are happy to talk to you. And switch now for your first month free. Faster, more reliable fiber internet with real local support. Glow Fiber. Simply brilliant.
3 quarters have come and gone here as we've reached the final frame in this Division IV district final between the Shermans of Unioto and the Blue Lions of Washington Courthouse.
Yeah, it's been an entertaining game. Really good athletes on both sides. I think Unioto's just been able to maybe create just a few more open court opportunities and convert. The three-point line's also been pretty friendly to Unioto as they've shot it at 31%, and that's probably been the difference. I mean, Courthouse has been really good defensively, just haven't been able to muster up enough offense.
Fitch rejects the screen, finds the cutting Coy, down to Mitchell. Mitchell lays it up and in. Nice touch there from Dawson Mitchell, and nice ball movement there overall for the Shermans.
Yeah, great cut and pass from Coy. Good job of Mitchell making himself available.
Shermans will stay in this 2-3 zone to start the quarter. Feed down to Osborne.
Kenneth up 16. I think a lot of this is a little bit about tempo, even on the defensive side. Maybe just trying to make longer possessions for Courthouse.
Heath, feed over to Baker. Baker will pull a three near side wing and knock it down.
Jamin Baker, triple.
That's the downside of the zone, though. You get shooters free, and Baker's had a pretty nice night, has 7 now.
Fitch drives in, finds Welch on the baseline. Back out the Fitch, spins, drives in, puts it up off the pump fake, puts it in, and the foul. What an effort there from Blake Fitch.
Yeah, nice little change over to the offhand as he absorbed the contact and got it up off the glass. Well done.
Also the team first. To the line.
Fitch throughout his entire high school career been an outstanding free throw shooter, shooting 90% on the season. And he knocks down and converts the old style three-point play.
Yeah, it's always been such a valuable thing when your point guard can do that in time and score, because it really helps you put games away late when that young man has the ball in his hands.
Haithcock, tight pressure from Jack Welch. He'll go to work on him. Haithcock feed down Osborne. With the reverse, can't finish. Isaac Coy hauls in the rebound. Blake Fitch in transition, hop step, put it up. Can't finish. Jack Welch will get the offensive rebound, and he'll put up his attempt and rolls in off the glass.
Jack Welch for 2.
Example on that last Courthouse possession of Mitchell just being around the rim and changing shots.
Baker's three is in and out as Mitchell pulls in his 7th board. He's got 6 and 7 on the night.
Yeah, and then just he didn't establish himself into the past the half court line. That's where the ball handler, you just got to be another half second patient. They just weren't on the same page and rushed it a little bit.
.603 left to play here in the contest. Sherman's holding a 47-29 lead over the Blue Lions.
Still time for Courthouse. I think you've got to figure out a way to get Everhart free and see if you can get him going.
Baker, spin, gets over to Heath. He'll pull the three and knock it in for the triple.
Yeah, good sign there. Baker's knocked down a three, and Heath you feel like if Courthouse is going to make a run at it here, the three-point line is going to have to be involved in it.
After the triple from Heath, Fitch will handle for the Shermans. Crosses over, finds space, drives in, feed out. Welch, far corner, three up, too short. Jackson Everhart pulls in the rebound. Heath feed to Baker. Pump fakes the three, side steps, puts it up, in and out.
Yeah, great look.
Ball's poked away. Off a coil to go back to the Blue Lions.
Yeah, great look for Courthouse. Couldn't get it to go down, and then just sloppy time and score. Ball handling from Unioto. Going to give it right back to Courthouse. So Courthouse got it within 15. That three look would have had it to 12. But because of Unioto's inability to secure the basketball, Courthouse right back in possession.
Haithcock not expecting the pass, and it'll fly errant. Wasted opportunity there for the Blue Lions.
Yeah, no question. Weird sequence both ways there. Just, didn't make the eye contact.
Full court pressure here. Heath crossed over by Fitch. Fitch kicks out Coy. Far corner three, knocks it in again. Coy's got 15 on the night.
That's his third triple of the evening.
As Everhart matches with a corner three.
Great sign for the Blue Lions there. As we said, he's one that can really get it going in a hurry.
Lions, 30-second timeout.
Bartriff will call the timeout, trying to inspire his unit.
Yeah, just going to try to utilize the timeout here, get your defense set. You want to try to turn the pressure up, and that can be tough to do against Fitch and Unioto sometimes. But what you can bait Unioto into, and we've seen it a little bit, you can bait them into the quick shot every now and then when you go to the pressure and trap and run and jump and so forth. And at this point, you've got to roll the dice a little bit. I think Courthouse would live and die with that. Welch missed the 1-3 in the corner, then Coy knocks one down on you. But I think again, you got to take some of those risks to see if you can knock the ball loose. On the offensive end, Baker hits a three, Heath hits a three, Everhart hits a three. That's what I think you'll start to see. Keep an eye on Haithcock in the middle there as he can stay aggressive and go. Haithcock can always step out and shoot it as well.
So Jack Welch will inbound for the Shermans. Full court pressure coming from the Blue Lions. Get it into Fitch. He draws two. Coy down to Welch. Welch gets it down to Fitch. Fitch baseline jumper up and down. Coach Combs will match the timeout.
Nice job of good floor spacing. They share the ball. Then as they get into the quarter court, Fitch breaks free. And here you're going to see the timeout, I think, to get some defensive lineup on the court at Unioto. Hey, while we have a minute, shout out Coach Miller and the ladies Shermans. They're on their way to the Elite Eight. They beat Toledo Central Catholic today, 56-42 in the round of 16. The great talent of Miley Smith, 22 points, Beard 13. But here's what jumped out at me. Matthew with 9, Puckett with 8. So 17 points from there. You get that type of production from the role kids. Man, that makes a big difference on that stage. And it looks like Matthew and Puckett really delivered there for the Lady Shermans today.
Yeah, if you've ever seen them play, those two play so hard all game long. And when you have a talent like Miley Smith or even a Kiara Beard or a Maggie Holbert, those three just, their gravity can lead to open shots for the others, and they can get rewarded off their defensive effort.
Now they'll move on to the Elite Eight. It's my understanding, I don't have that in front of me, Granville, Bishop Hartley, I believe it is, winner. So very winnable game for Unioto, a chance to go to the Final Four.
Very exciting time to be a Sherman. Shermans for the men's side looking to repeat as district champions this season. And they'll look to close it out here.
Again, with Harsh on the floor, they pick up in the full court. And a lot of this is as much about eating time defensively as anything. Just get a little ball pressure.
Courthouse trying to fight back. Heath's corner three, knocks it down.
Bryson Heath.
Number 3 for the triple.
Back-to-back for him, seeing it go through. Flare screen.
Fitch feeds over to Harsha. Fitch draws 2, feeds it back to Harsha. Harsha kicks out. Zikafus pulls the college wing 3, in and out. I believe they'll get Harsha on the foul.
That's what I talked a little bit about. If you just will run and jump and force the tempo a little bit, you can bait Unioto into some quicker shots. Now, they might knock them down and blow you out, but again, that's your ticket back in it, because now you're just trying to get as many possessions as possible. Already in the fourth quarter, Washington has hit 4 triples, so that's a good sign from 3 different players. So got Haithcock out at the point. Let's see if he can create one for somebody.
Haithcock kick out. Heath again. Can't find it. It'll be off of Coy.
Yeah,
Possession will stay with the Blue Lions.
Couldn't secure the rebound there. Looks like they're going to go back Mitchell again defensively, so look for them to go 2-3 on the OB under.
Dawson Mitchell returns. Replacing
As you said, the Shermans will set up in that 2-3 look, at least prior to the possession. Get it in. Haithcock open 3, in and out. Isaac Coy pulls in the rebound. He's got 15 and 7 on the night.
Yeah, dodged the bullet there. They kind of left him, gave him a pretty good look at it.
2 draw to Fitch. He gets it over to Welch. Welch drives in. Welch kick out. And Unioto not worried about wasting time. They'll be patient with the ball here.
Yeah,
trying to secure that district championship.
Welch and Fitch and Coy and Zikafus, their quickness and their ball handling skills become a good partnership to do this. And again, they get a little sloppy with it. Open opportunity for Courthouse.
Haithcock gets the steal, feeds it to Pfeiffer off the Euro step, lays it in. A little bit of a runner there for Sam Pfeiffer.
Going under 3 minutes, still a 12-point game. And
they'll get Osborne for the foul. His first.
Probably not a terrible situation for Courthouse. It's going to be, their second team foul, which you're probably getting in a situation here in a minute or two where you're going to have to maybe put Unioto on the line a little bit. You're not quite there yet, I don't think, but you're getting closer to it.
Welch will inbound to Fitch in the backcourt. 2 draw to him. Down to Welch, and he'll be fouled immediately. It'll be Haithcock's second.
Noah Haithcock with his second personal foul. It's a third for the team.
Unioto trying to hold on to their 52-40 lead. 2:49 left to play in the contest.
This is where the experience of Fitch, and you mentioned earlier the ability to knock down free throws.
Breakaway steal. Bryson Heath lays it up and in. Athletic play there for the senior.
Back within 10. Outstanding spark here for Heath as he gives his Courthouse team a spark here to let them know they're not done yet.
Fitch over to Coy. He'll pull the 3. 2 short. Jack Welch pulls in the rebound. Ball's poked away on the floor. And they'll get it to Zikafus. Fitch pulls up down to Coy. And they'll just pull it back out. Trying to run the clock here are the Shermans.
And you got to pass and catch strong. The athleticism of Courthouse, can't get sloppy with it. If your Courthouse might start sending 2 to the ball.
As Lou Horvath announced, less than 2 minutes left to play here in the contest. As Welch will be fouled. Be Haithcock's third. Team fourth.
Team fourth. So from this point on, you're going to go to the free throw line. So if you're Courthouse, you probably like to try to avoid Fitch in terms of putting him on the line. This is where in your scouting report you make these decisions. Hey, if we get in these late game situations, who do we want to foul? So everybody should know kind of who they're trying to put on the line. If you're Unioto, it's the counterpoint. Who are we trying to get the ball to in order to get them to the line?
Timeout.
Coach Combs wants to talk it over with his unit. It'll be a full timeout. We'll cut to a break. You're watching Ohio High School boys basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders. Crispy, juicy, tendery tendies. Ooh, that's fun to say. Tendies, tendies, tendies. And they're so good, maybe we should change our... For tendies you're gonna know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
Rathkamp Financial is a comprehensive financial services firm committed to helping our clients improve their long-term financial success. Our customized programs seek to grow, protect, and conserve our clients' wealth by delivering personalized service and expertise. Please call us at 740-775-1040 to schedule a consultation. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member, FINRA SIPC.
Coach Matt Combs wanted to talk it over with his unit, wanting to hold on to this 52-42 lead to repeat as district champions.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of good and bad for Unioto over the last 4 minutes. They have been able to milk a lot of clock with some longer possessions. They've had a couple sloppy live ball turnovers. Give Courthouse a lot of credit. They won't go away. Heath has been a big spark here in the fourth quarter with 8 of his 10 points.
Off the inbound, they try to get it to Fitch. Errant pass. Justin Everhart handling. He'll pull the three. In and out. Ball will roll out of bounds off of Haithcock. Ball will stay with the Shermans.
And again, sloppy on the OB under. Turned it over. Courthouse with a shot in the air to cut it to 7. So again, if you're Courthouse, you just want to keep at it. Just takes a couple turnovers with that three-point line, and it wouldn't take long to cut this 10-point lead in half, and you'd have a chance to maybe still steal one here down the stretch.
Unioto will inbound out of the stack. Welch handling, gets it into Fitch. Unioto patient with the ball here, but got to get it across the half-court mark. They do, get it to Welch. Sikafus gets it back to Fitch. He draws 2. That'll be the 5th team foul. Not the guy you want to send to the line.
Yeah, I think he was close to maybe using the timeout, but the foul had come first, so it saves the timeout for Unioto. Puts Fitch at the line. As you said, throughout his career, it's just been a valuable asset to have that point guard that, one, obviously handles the ball as well as him down the stretch, but then 2, when he does get fouled, can go and shoot at that high percentage.
His first free throw, up and good. Puts him at 11 on the night, alongside 5 assists.
Sam Piper.
Yeah, give Courthouse a lot of credit here in this second half. They've stayed with it.
And Justin Everhart.
And to Unioto's credit, they've been able to just kind of stretch it out just enough and then use some clock in the fourth quarter to stay in control of it.
Second attempt from Fitch, right through. He's 3 for 3 from the line on the night. Unioto moves back into a man defense. Harsha tight pressure on Haithcock. Pfeiffer off the screen, drives in. They'll get Harsha for the foul.
Yeah, not a huge deal on a common foul, just the second team foul. Obviously, you want to avoid the shooting fouls because you don't want Courthouse to be able to score with the clock stopped and set their defense.
Heath will handle underneath. High inbound to Haithcock. Haithcock reverse, puts it up and in off the glass.
Inside, Noah Haithcock for 2.
Good balance
Harsha
there.
trapped. Gets free, gets it up to Welch. Welch open lane, lays it up and in.
Run out baskets. Jack Welch.
Kid tells that, I don't want to play. Doctor, is that a cramp?
Looks like Welch is cramping up a bit.
Hopefully that's all it is there. Tending right to him. That puts Welch into double figures at 11. He joins Coy at 15 and Fitch at 12. trainer getting a little help from the Unioto students there on what to do.
Yeah, a little bit of instructions there. Not sure he needs it, but always a good reminder.
Yeah, so based on all of those things, we would like to think that's all it is and not any more than that. And hopefully he's okay.
So Pfeiffer will handle the inbound after the breakaway basket from Welch. Long inbound into Haithcock. Haithcock feed over to Baker. Baker drives baseline, puts it up, can't finish off the glass. Coy can't haul in the rebound, so it'll be Washington ball underneath.
Yeah, went a little flare screen, and they ran Baker off three-point line, tried to drive, couldn't finish it.
Haithcock feed down to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer puts it up and in.
Pfeiffer the basket.
Courthouse will call their final timeout. We'll stay here.
Yeah, great read there, Pfeiffer. Unioto going at the flare to keep them off three-point line, and Pfeiffer and Haithcock on the same page, dropped the bounce pass there for the easy deuce to get it back to 10. And this Courthouse, this senior group with Everhart and Haithcock following them throughout their career. Heath is in that group, and Robertson. Hope I have them all there. They've just been a lot of fun to watch. They're a good team. They've come through a time in the FAC where you think about it, those teams we mentioned earlier, the junior and senior classes there have been it's been a loaded conference. So Courthouse played some incredible competition in a lot of different sports, and they've just been a lot of fun to watch grow and compete. They're really a nice basketball team this year.
Yeah, a really talented team. I believe I saw them for the first time last season at the Battle in the 740 in a game I called of them, and they just Coach Bartriff gets them all together, and they just play well together. They play as a team, they play hard, and they can shoot the ball.
Yeah, one of the top coaches in our entire area. Always gets the best out of his teams, and you're right. I mean, keep in mind, this is a team that beat Miami Trace back earlier in the year when they were at full strength. They're good basketball team.
Fitch inbounds to Harsha, back to Fitch. And he'll get hit with a foul. He'll go back to the line. Two-time SVC Player of the Year, Blake Fitch.
Bryson Heath is first.
A little bit of sweat on the ball, it looks like. They'll clean it off, and at the stripe, the senior knocks in the first.
Dave Long coming in.
David Long will check back in for Lakin Langhoff. Second attempt up and good. Haithcock drives in, kick out. Justin Everhart running, contested three, can't connect. Isaac Coy hauls in the rebound, out to Harsha, and they'll pull it out. He'll go to the line, and the Unioto faithful can feel it in the air.
Justin Everhart, his first.
Yeah, always a good feeling there when you realize that you've kind of made it to the finish line there in terms of a goal going back to back. Outstanding student support there in the PEP section, and then obviously just an awesome opportunity to celebrate with your guys.
See sophomore Matthias Geisy check in for the first time, as well as a platoon substitution for the Blue Lions.
Avery Whiteman for the first time.
Want to make sure we shout out with this win, Coach Combs' 400th career win.
Sam Pfeiffer.
Wow, I didn't realize that. Congratulations to him. I know him well enough to know he'll want this to be more about what the team's getting ready to accomplish here in 9.2 seconds. But as someone who knows how much time and effort he puts into it behind the scenes, congratulations to Matt. That's well earned.
Your Unioto Shermans will repeat as district championships, and they'll return to the Convo. 60-46 win tonight. We'll cut to a break. Following, we'll give you the trophy presentation and our closing thoughts. You watched District 4, District Final Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie & Son Trucking. Willie & Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie & Son Trucking each week at SOSAOhio.com.
The Shermans picking up a 60-46 victory as to begin. The Blue Lions will receive their awards for district runner-up.
Xavier Malone.
We'll send it down to Lou Horvath.
Cooper Robertson. Austin Hughes. Luke White. Aiden Osborne. Justin Everhart. Bryson Heath. Avery Whiteman. Shaven Baker. Sam Pfeiffer. Jackson Everhart. Jackson Hughes. And your big man in the middle, Noah Haithcock. Head coach Shannon Bartroff and his staff. The district runner-up trophy for the seniors of the Blue Lions. Once again, your attention to center court, please. Tony Williams and Natalie Lucas are joined by Matt Thornsberry and AC Kaplan. They have battled for it. They have come here strong. Your district champs, the Sherman Tanks of Unioto. Please come forward as I read your name. Jordan Ferguson. Johnny Wetzel. Matthias Geisel. Cameron Shackelford. Blake Braden. Lakin Landgolf. Your first man, your sixth man, Dave Long. Aiden Cox. Braden Harshaw. Caden Patterson. And your starters, Big Dawson Mitchell. Your utility man who was everywhere, Jackson Zickafoos. Jack Welch. Isaac Coy. And your paramount point guard, Blake Finch. We will mention this was the 400th victory in head coach Matt Combs' career. Matt Combs and his staff. The district trophy belongs to the Shermans.
As you heard, the district title trophy returns to Unioto, repeating after their victory last season. And before we start, I just want to congratulate all the seniors from Washington Courthouse, whether that be Justin Everhart, Bryson Heath, Avery Reitman, Cooper Robertson, and Noah Haithcock on just excellent careers. It was a group that has fought so hard and played so well this entire season.
Yeah, really outstanding career. They did have a great season, play such a tough schedule. To get onto this stage and be district runner-up, a great finish there for Washington. To put some numbers on it here, looking at the Courthouse side of things, it was 10 points for Bryson Heath. He had the big fourth quarter there. Noah Haycock with the 10, 8 for Piper, 6 for Osborne, 3 for Everhart. Let's see, 7 for Baker. I thought he was really good tonight. 2 for Jackson Hughes, and that adds up to the 46. Haycock did have the 9 rebounds to go with the 10 points. Over on the Unioto side, a nice balance, 15 for Coy, 14 for Fitch, 11 for Welch, and then just a lot of guys getting involved. Zickafoos with 4, Mitchell with 6, Harsha with 8, Long with 2, and the reason I'd highlight those two, we said coming in, Unioto doesn't get a lot of bench points. Well, on a night where the final score is only a 14-point difference, you get 10 Unioto bench points. Now, Courthouse did outscore them on the bench 14-10, but that's something Courthouse gets a lot more of than Unioto. And in this case, the 10 bench points certainly a big factor. A couple other things that jump out at me on the sheet. Both teams had 16 turnovers. I thought Courthouse went toe-to-toe with Unioto in a lot of the defensive and athletic categories. I thought Unioto was just a little bit better shooting the basketball tonight. Unioto hit 6 threes. Courthouse only hit 5, and then Unioto 14 for 16 from the free throw line. Courthouse just 3 of 8. So there's a couple of your offensive shooting differences.
Yeah, and it was a pretty back-to-back game. Just the runs that Unioto would go on is kind of the separating factor tonight as they grabbed the district trophy. And just what a performance it was overall from the entire team. A really balanced effort, as you pointed out. And whether or not be scoring, once again, as you said, everyone tonight contributed to this victory.
Yeah, it's just, and that's what comes down to winning basketball sometimes is we're even guilty in our job in media sometimes of, this person scored this person scored that. Really what it comes down to is in winning basketball, you take a team and you figure out what your roles are throughout the year. And then when those roles are required to shine at a particular level, you've got to come in and do what the coach is asking you to do. And, look, I'm sure there's nights as a senior that David Long would like to play more. I'm sure even as a freshman at Braden Harsha is anxious to get out there. He's very, very talented. At a lot of schools, he'd play a lot more minutes, right? But it's about staying ready, and when your number's called, you step up. I thought Braden Harsha turned this game big time about halfway through the first quarter when he entered, because he had given them a lot of versatility on the defensive end. He even knocked down to 3, and you could see that jumpstart the offense a little bit.
Yeah, Harsha was their leading scorer at half, and just the impact of those defensive players have been so massive for Unionto all season. And as you mentioned, we look too much at scoring. Jackson Sikafus, 4 points tonight, was a plus 14. His impact was felt the entire contest.
Yeah, no question. And look, that's nothing new, right? I mean, throughout his career, he's a bundle of energy. He just plays really, really hard. I'd said in the pregame for people that weren't with us, if you look throughout his career in baseball, in football, and basketball, he gets on these big stages and he's not afraid of anything. You know what I mean? Like, I think back to the Zane Trace game. He hit some big shots late. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things when his very best is required, he just kind of thinks that, oh, this is fun, let's compete.
Yeah, he's, for lack of a better term, he's a showman. And that's a positive term. Just he shows up, and that energy and that flair he plays with is so contagious, as you said during the call, to the rest of his team.
I agree with that. I think sometimes you got to let kids be who they are, and I agree with you completely that his teammates respond to that. And when we use the word contagious, I think that's the proper term, because it does spread through. And if you think of the calling card, even though they give up 46 points tonight, that throughout the year the defense has been what they needed. I thought tonight the defense was good, but honestly I thought there were spurts where Unioto shot the ball well that kind of really sparked the 60 points you see up there on the board.
Well, we mentioned this in our last contest with Unioto, just the versatility. They go to zone, they score, and Washington responds with a few scores, and they move to man, and Haycox is like, oh, I have a free possession off, and then Braden Harsha comes in, and he's just all that effort constantly, and everyone can switch in on Unioto's roster, and it's just such an impressive both player and coaching performance.
Well, it's interesting you put it that way, because I thought in the first game I saw that with Circleville's depth. Second game I saw that with Unioto's depth, the ability to run so many guys out there to do so many different things. And, man, that may not play a big toll in the first quarter. That may not even play a toll by halftime. But, man, when you get in the third and fourth quarter and one person's playing 30, 31, 32 minutes where, other people are able to come in and play in 4 and 5 minute spurts against you, I think that certainly plays a fatigue role as the night goes on.
Yeah, as you said, back-to-back games. In our first contest tonight that you and Carson had, it was Ed Kirk and Ari Travis coming off the bench just providing solid minutes. And tonight we had Harsha and David Long and Lakin Langhoff even played spot minutes, and those guys just played so well.
Yes, that first game, Circleville 51, Waverly 42. And that follows up with Unioto winning this one by 14. And, when those two teams met not too long ago there, that double overtime instant classic, but that was an unbelievable basketball game. And, here you are with those two teams still standing, seems kind of appropriate.
Yeah, those teams will meet up in the regional semifinal back here. We will have some sort of coverage on that game, whether it be streaming or not. So be able to tune in for that, and just what a moment it is for Unioto.
Now, as of today, just to be clear, we are still waiting to hear on the regional, correct? Because for people that don't know, through the district level, the Southeast District is in control of that. Now, once you go to the regional level, the state will take over. So once you get to the Sweet 16, the state will have some options in terms of coming in and doing some different things. So SOSA waiting to hear on that, and then obviously we're going to try to cover or do what we can within the rules.
Yeah, of course, we'd love to broadcast all these games we have this week, but we got the will of the rules, you said, so we'll keep you guys updated on that overall. And just what a victory tonight.
Hey, good news is we're not done yet, right? We have 2 more Saturday, 4 more Sunday here in the district coverage.
Yeah, we have to take a break tomorrow as the Ohio University Bobcats are at home. The men's team playing the red-hot Redhawks
how
of
about
Miami.
That? OU kind of gets a neat opportunity.
The original Miami.
Yeah, play a little spoiler right here in terms of at the Convo. I'm sure there'll be a few people in the building tomorrow night.
I believe no MAC team has ever finished undefeated in the regular season.
Oh, there you go. You're setting the table for the Bobcats to mess it all up.
And it's not a very often occurrence you can get a ranked team here in the Convo, and for what a great facility it is, it's going to be popping in here tomorrow.
Yeah, it is. It's a really great place. It's been really good to the Southeast District. It sets a really cool high school stage when you get to the tournament time of March Madness, and a lot of cool memories for kids who get to play here. And when you get to climb up that ladder and cut down that district, that's a special feeling, and these Unioto kids have been able to do it back-to-back years.
So tune in for that if you're a college basketball fan. We'll be back here on Saturday with the Division V district finals. That'll be Chesapeake and Eastern Brown, which I believe I'll have, alongside Ironton and Wheelersburg, which Carson Francis will be on the call for. And then on Sunday, a slew of games. We got Peeble versus Eastern, Valley versus West, Southern versus Notre Dame, and South Webster versus Fairfield.
Well, what you see is like in any tournament, right? A lot of times as you advance, the best teams survive and advance, so you get more and more of the really elite matchups, and a couple of those you're reading off there I'm really excited to study up for and be a part of some calls here over the weekend.
As you said, Southeast Ohio's best can be found on SOSA. One more time, just want to thank all of our sponsors, whether it be G&J Paving and Centerpoint Church, providing us in part sponsoring our district tournament coverage, as well as our full season sponsors, Glockner, Glow Fiber, our presenting sponsor in Ohio Health, the Root Sport and Fitness, Tomlinson Insurance, Willie & Son Trucking, Chillicothe Comfort, Rathkamp Financial, North Fork Animal Clinic, the Schmidt family of restaurants, Chillicothe Truck, Hometown Auto, Kingston National Bank, the Chillicothe Paints, the SOSA The Dugout, Perfection One, who hasn't got to get a show due to our tournament coverage, and the Haynes Total Healthcare Center, who once again has helped me so much in my schooling and getting shadowing hours. Just want to once again shout out Cassie McHenry and Brandon Haynes there.
Yeah, we're going to slow them down on you there so we can keep you here at SOSA a little longer.
60-46 victory, Unioto returning as district champions. You watched Division IV Ohio High School District Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.